The break, I was talking about the House vote to censure Arizona Republican Representative Paul Gosar. But what is it about the current incarnation of the Republican Party that allows it to just consistently show up in nasty attack mode? And just what message is it sending to the American people? For more on this, I want to bring in Daily Beast columnist Wajahat Ali. He is also the author of the forthcoming book, Go Back to Where You Came From, and other helpful recommendations on how to become American. Welcome back. Always great to have you here on Amplified. I've got to say that we've seen these sorts of pugnacious verbal spills from the right before. The Tea Party faction roiled American politics during the Obama administration, and we saw the forces behind that movement embolden even more during the Trump presidency, and it's just getting more outlandish. I gotta say, you know, what's happening in this political landscape is just insane, and I'm curious what your reactions and thoughts are about it all.
I think this country, a part of this country, wants to go back to 1953, before the Supreme Court decision, Brown versus Board of Education, where the unanimous Supreme Court said that segregation was unconstitutional. And by the way, people always say that it's the abortion and like women's rights that galvanized the culture wars. It was actually desegregation. And back in those days, if you remember, Aisha, a white man could protect his property. In fact, those who were wearing the hoods were oftentimes teachers and sheriffs. To quote Rage Against the Machine, those who burn crosses are also the one who work forces. And so what we're seeing now is a return to that type of vigilantism, where an angry white man or white woman has the right to take a gun and lynch a black man jogging in his neighborhood. A white kid can take an AR-15, go across state lines, and shoot 3 people, killing 2 folks, and becomes a hero or a martyr. Where you can have Paul Gosar, who can post a video of him inflicting violence upon AOC, where literally if he did that in any other workplace, he would be reprimanded and fired. But in the modern GOP, not a single Republican leader, either Kevin McCarthy or Mitch McConnell, has condemned him. In fact, only 2 Republicans condemned him, Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger.
Yep.
And Liz Cheney was just told by the Wyoming Republicans she's no longer a Republican. Why? Because she said, you know what? A violent insurrection is a step too far. And Liz Cheney, with the last name freaking Cheney, who used to be the number 3 ranking Republican last year, is no longer considered a Republican. So just think about where this is going. A radicalized, weaponized death cult.
I'm thinking about where we came from. I'm reminded that this is the party of quote unquote family values, right? Conservatism. You know, when I was leading 10 years ago now or so, a little over 10 years ago, in the LGBTQ movement, we were fighting, focused on the family, and all of these groups that claimed that they had these pristine values of Christianity and being connected, you know, to people and family, and they care about the children, and all this dignity and respect was what they were hurling at us, because they were saying that, you know, well, you queer people don't have any dignity and respect, and you're going to hell. And those of you who listen to rap music or smoke marijuana or get abortions or love immigrants, or on and on and on and on and on, right? The Islamophobia is crazy on this side, because everything was about these so-called Christian values of purity. And I wonder, where did all of that go? Because this is some hot mess, evil, nasty violence that we're seeing play out. And like I was saying to you in the break, like these are also the very people who, whenever a white kid shoots up a school, it's like, oh my God, the video games. We've got to get rid of the video games. They're so violent. They're so bad. They're making our boys crazy, and they're shooting up schools. And then you have this cartoon that goes around, this anime that goes around, and they think it's funny. The hypocrisy, Wajahat, what do you think?
Yeah, it's a hypocrisy. It's a hypocrisy and projection as a strategy, right? Civility for me, cruelty for you. Family values for everyone else. But then we have Matt Gaetz, who right now is being investigated for having sex with a minor and taking her across state lines. And by the way, Matt Gaetz is the one who sits there and wags his finger and talks about the deep state. And the deep state, of course, is a conspiracy that the rest of us are part of an international cabal led by the Jews. That's who they're talking about. And we have the mark of the beast because we're trying to molest kids. It's amazing, right? But it's this type of hypocrisy and projection that allows them to perpetuate endless victimhood, where no matter what they do, they're the victim. Kyle Rittenhouse, who brings a gun, is the victim. The 3 men who killed Ahmaud Arbery, whose crime was to jog while black, victim. George Zimmerman, who hunted Trayvon Martin, whose crime was to wear a hoodie while black, is the victim. Perpetual victimhood, endless grievance, white rage, that can be rationalized for their criminal actions and their criminal acts, which include taking over the U.S. Capitol, killing unarmed black men and women, Islamophobia, and of course, demonizing undocumented immigrants. And this is going to get further radicalized and weaponized. And I'll give you a quick example. I think that Gosar, Bobart, Gates, Trump are the present and future of the party. A couple of years ago, let me tell you how bad it's gone. Steve King, not the author, but Steve King, remember him from Iowa? Your last white supremacist, your last white nationalist who openly parroted white nationalist conspiracy theories, and it got so bad that
they
Mitch
finally
McConnell
snatched his committees from him.
In 2017, 2018, they finally snatched his committees from him. Mitch McConnell was forced to condemn him. I feel bad for Steve King because he's probably sitting at home right now. He goes, hey, man, this was my gig. You're copying my gig and they kicked me out. You know, if I just stuck around for 2 more years, I'd be killing it. But that's, I mean, this was just, people forget, this was 3 years ago. And now we have a point where literally Paul Gosar just does not apologize, and not a single Republican leader comes out except Liz Cheney and, like I said, Adam Kinzinger. Liz Cheney, let's see if she even runs again. Adam Kinzinger, guys, had to say, I can't run for re-election anymore because I'm going to lose. That's the modern Republican Party. That's where it's going. It's terrifying.
And let's talk about that because, you know, I totally agree with you here. And like you said, some are suggesting that the kind of political extremism that we're seeing right now is just a preview of a possible Republican-led House majority, which, oh my God, I shudder at thought. And that we are in the midst of a long-term anti-democratic trend. Is there some truth to this anti-democratic trend that we're seeing?
Absolutely. Look, Tucker Carlson of Fox News spent a week hosting his show from Hungary, the country Hungary, where Viktor Orban, the leader, has basically used nationalism and racism and xenophobia to create basically now an anti-democratic nation that has the veneer of democracy. And what he's done is purge the universities. Does that sound familiar? Hello, CRT. Hello, Florida, trying to silence the professors. He's purged the courts. Hello, packing the courts, Supreme Court and all the lower district courts. And he has tried to purge the media. And Tucker Carlson, a Fox News host, decided to host his American show from Hungary, where he praised Hungary and Viktor Orban as the model for the United States to follow. They're literally telling you the plot like a bad James Bond villain, right? Trump literally says the election was stolen, and a majority of Republican voters right now think that the 2020 election, which he lost by millions of votes, was stolen. So any election that they lose, stolen, rigged. Election that they win, it's the American people. Disinformation, violence, intimidation, attacking school boards, attacking professors. Where does this end? This ends in minority rule for white supremacy with the veneer of democracy. And we're going to do a both sides false equivalence, not on your show, but on other shows. And the major institutions, both media and corporate, are not equipped, Aisha, for what's coming down the pipeline, literally as we're speaking. They're not equipped for this. They're not ready for what the Republican Party has become.
I feel like the Democrats are seldom equipped, it seems, for the real nasty of the fight. We do hope and change really well on a more liberal kind of progressive side. Like, we all want to stand together and look at us. We got our first black, president, and look at us. We've got our first black vice president. Like, yay, we're all great and happy together as our big umbrella tent. But I wonder, this is so systemic. Because when we think about redistricting, we're talking about the next 10 years where the balance of power is at stake, right? And I wonder what the workaround is here for Democrats and independents. How do they work around this faction? What do we do?
Yeah, I'm so glad you mentioned redistricting, because what we've seen right now as of today is like in some places like Ohio, which, by the way, 46% of Ohio voters go for Democrat, right? So it's not like it's a hard red state, but thanks to redistricting, like we've seen also in places like Wisconsin, it is almost impossible for a Democrat to win. Like, literally, it's literally rigged before you even vote. So what that does is it gives minority rule to Republicans who, thanks to redistricting and gerrymandering, are able to basically control elections, control seats, and then rewrite the laws, right? And so the only path forward, in my opinion, is that you have to amend and kill the filibuster, a relic of Jim Crow, which literally has been used for obstruction by Republicans and to block civil rights law. You have to kill the filibuster, pass Voting Rights Act ASAP. You need Merrick Garland and the Justice Department to follow the evidence, prosecute these criminals, and you need Democrats, as we've discussed on your show before, to engage in the culture war. You cannot avoid this. You cannot avoid topics of race and gender and sexuality. You need to get knee deep in it. You need to take out the brass knuckles, and I need some fighters in the ring to create a message around a multicultural coalition that Obama did, and Obama could not avoid talking about race because he's a black man. Learn from that, and maybe if you get those three things together, kill the filibuster, Voting Rights Act, messaging, grassroots organization, like I said, chase Stacey, forget chasing Karen, maybe we have a shot. But we're in some bad territory right now, Aisha.
It seems to me that window of opportunity to do some of the things that you're outlining is getting smaller and smaller and smaller because 2022 is coming. And I believe that Republicans are really feeling themselves off of Virginia because this messaging has worked. And like you said, the Democrats have proven that they don't really want to get into the muck and the mud, even internally, because you got the moderates who are holding a whole lot of things up there on the Hill that matter to all the constituencies that lift up the Democrats. So I wonder, what is your advice to Democrats about how to get their swagger back?
Oh, yeah, there's swag. Well, right now, that generic poll has Republicans plus 10, and that's bad for Democrats. Remember in 2010, when there was a rout with the Tea Party, it was plus 9. So they got to get their act together. But I'm glad you mentioned the quote-unquote moderates. I refuse to call them moderates because they stand in opposition to the majority. So I call them obstructionists, or you could call them conservative Democrats like Manchin and Sinema. You got to get them on board to kill the filibuster, right? You got to get them on board to support BBB, which if you look at the individualized items are very popular. But you got about a year. That's about all you got. You got to kill the filibuster, pass Voting Rights Act. You got Merrick Garland. You got to put some fire underneath that man to literally get some prosecutions. And you need to get them to, like you were saying, to get their fire back. You cannot take voters of color for granted. You cannot tokenize us anymore. We're not just going to vote for you because we're black and brown and Asian. You're seeing Republicans pilfer them out, pilfer 5% here, 10% here, right? You're not going to win the majority of white voters. Stop chasing Chet, who drinks regular coffee in the Rust Belt. Start chasing the black and brown multicultural coalition. Talk to them. Literally, they come out for you. You have to come out for them. Voting Rights Act, the BBB, right? And then also run people from that community that actually energize the base. No disrespect to Terry McAuliffe. It wasn't the progressives' fault that he lost. He ran a lame-ass campaign. He's like 65 years old. He's a white man. You cannot blame progressives. He ran a lame campaign. I'll say this to tie the bow at the end. Youngkin won off of CRT panic and white anxiety panic. Since the summer we knew this was coming, did the Democrats develop a counter message, Aisha?
Well,
no.
Well,
no,
they did not. Well,
and what happened? Terry McAuliffe thought he could waltz in. He loses by 2 points. That's your warning sign. Stop blaming progressives in the squad. Get your together. Get that message. Lean in your coalition. And finally, the last thing I'll say is attack the Republicans. Attack them. Don't cede ground. Attack them on everything, like GOSAR, like Voting Rights Act, like climate change, like gun control. They got nothing. Go after them. Go after them. Go after them, and you have a shot. But we need fighters. Where are the fighters?
I got to tell you, I do not believe that Democrats are losing because they're woke. So I totally reject that, just like you do. Appreciate you, Wajahat Ali. It's always great to talk to you. Thank you so much for being here on Amplified.